Contrary to popular training and coaching, the problem does not make the sale. The desire and the urgency drives the deal. Not every problem that every person has will drive or lead to a sale. Just because your buyer has an issue doesn't mean they're eager to solve it. And when the desire isn't there, the price becomes a barrier. I'm Marla Koupal. I have helped people make those tough conversations become very, very easy. I've helped people make over 50 million in revenues, and I want you to tune into this channel so that you can learn more every time I go live. It's my goal, my objective, to help you understand the beauty of sales, the ease of sales, and it's not hardcore pushing. So let's get started. Here's the truth. People only pay to fix problems that feel urgent. So if the problem doesn't bother them enough, they'll hesitate. They might even window shop what you have, but if their problem isn't strong enough and urgent enough for them to solve, then they're really not someone who's into what you have yet. So the desire for their part is low, the price becomes a sticking point. But when they ask themselves those questions, is this really worth it now? Can I wait a little longer? Now, you don't know that that's going on. They maybe haven't said it out loud, but it's in their head. Then that's your space. So if somebody tells you have the problem, but they tell you they don't have urgency, this is your window of opportunity because they don't feel a strong enough relationship with their problem yet to solve it. So let's get that a little higher because that's a possibility. Now, you're not going to beat them up. You're not going to go ask invasive questions, but they don't have the urgency. So what you want to do is have a conversation, close the gap between the problem and the urgency. That's the first step. Close the problem and the urgency gap. Now, when they're seen together, your buyer has more incentive to pay attention to what you're saying instead of being that looky-loo that they are. So it's not the hype about your product that's going to make the sale. It's the impact of letting the problem linger. Sometimes they just may not have thought the problem through very long. In fact, they've had it so long, it's normal. They are going to almost be friends with that problem. They like it like an old pair of shoes that were very, very comfortable. Well, let's help them get out of those shoes. So what you do is you don't sell the solution, you amplify the desire. So stop selling solutions. Figure out how you're going to amplify the desire. You know, that movement, that moving inside themselves that says, yeah, I'm going for this. Show the cost of doing nothing and connect the problem to what they care about most. And it's usually time, growth, or freedom. Pretty good, huh? So now, how much are they really losing every day by not handling this problem? Well, you don't say that to them necessarily, but you might say, have you ever noticed that you might be able to be making more if you had this much more time? Or so you know the person, you've gotten into a conversation with them, hopefully you've done your discovery, and you can use those types of situations to change the conversation into what do they really desire. You don't want to say it this bald-facedly. You don't want to say, how much money are you using in your inefficiencies? Don't accuse them of anything. But you do want to say, well, if you were to be more efficient, what could you see yourself changing? Where would you gain some time back? Where would things become easier for you? Let them think about it. Let them digest on it. Let them get to the point where they realize they do have a desire. That desire needs to outweigh the comfortability that they've gotten into, even though they're stuck in the swamp. You need to get them to a higher level of desire. So connect the problem with what they really care about: efficiencies, time, growth, whatever it might be. Maybe they're missing time with their family because of those inefficiencies. Start connecting the dots, but you can't do all those dots unless you've had a good opening conversation with them. So here's something you might say if you're really tuned in and want to make some interesting moves. See, I understand you're getting by just fine right now. But if I told you that those 10 hours a week that you're using with what you're doing now could open up more opportunity for you to speak with people, talk with people, and have more time to make your sales, would you like to reconsider what you're thinking about now and go to work to figure out how this could help you? Now, and then you might use terms like, would you like to work on what's holding you back? So I'm not going to give you exact words because I don't believe in scripting you. And every conversation that I have does well when I am talking with a person. Even doing videos is a little bit of a challenge because I don't have anybody to play off of. Sales is about playing with the person you're with, understanding what's going on from them, and they help you create that conversation. So suddenly, when people start recognizing that they could get 10 more hours, you're not just selling automation. You've finally gotten into their head and they're thinking about the time and the freedom and the growth that they can have and the opportunities that they're missing. So once they feel urgency, price becomes less of an issue. It's just not the hurdle that they're going to jump over, because what do they gain with that extra 10 hours? So the conversation changes from, can I afford this, to can I afford to keep missing out? So in marketing, we talk about problems, and problems might trigger people to look, but problems will not trigger the sale. Build desire. Connect that problem into something that they're missing. Create that urgency for them, or that new perspective that maybe they've denied for a long time or not faced. When their desire is strong, they will buy. So what you get to do is to create new thoughts and new practice. So your challenge is to create new conversations, always based on what's the desire, what's the gap, what is it that they're missing out on that they can gain with what you have. So I'm Marla Koupal. Again, I'm a sales skills expert. I'm on this channel often, and I would love for you to subscribe and make sure you don't miss the next opportunity to learn how you can make more sales.